Hello, good afternoon, good morning, or good evening, wherever you are in the world. It is November 20th, 2017, and this is week one of 7 weeks of weekly readings I'm going to be offering till the end of the year. I had planned to post them on Wednesday, but I think I'm going to do them on Mondays so that you can get your week started off and have the insights of the week instead of it being in the middle of the week. So there's a couple things I want to say. So each week there's going to be a special theme. So it's going to be a word that at some point during the reading I will reveal. So you got to stay tuned and actually watch and listen to the whole reading. I know many of you all just kind of hop on and like, oh, Sarah's online, stay on for a few minutes and be like, that doesn't, relate to me, and you just move on like most people do in so many things in life. We just don't take the time to slow down and just allow yourself to receive what is needing to be received, because you come across me for a reason. So stay around and allow yourself to receive whatever it is that is meant to be revealed to you. So, and also, you got to stay tuned to the very end, so I'm going to make some announcements. So let's get started, and I'm going to slip me a mint gem, help keep my mouth moist while we talk. So this week's theme is tapping into the collective energies right now, which are chaotic, and we are just coming out of Scorpio season, and Scorpio is the time of transformation. It brings up some deep emotions, painful emotions, and many of you all have had things come up. You're just like, whoa, where did that come from? I thought I was doing okay, and then it's like you get sideswiped and you get knocked out of the game, and you find yourself either going into isolation or just into silence or just wanting to separate yourself from people. I will be the first to say that's been me. This has been a horrible month for me. And I have not wanted to put myself out there. I just needed to be quiet and be in isolation so that I could take care of whatever these emotions were that were coming up. And when you don't take that time to deal with them, it will find a way to force you to take care of them. And many times it comes through in accidents, either physical accidents like you trip and fall. Classic ones is, you can be walking along and you run into a doorknob, or you stub your toe, or you hit your elbow, and you're kind of like, what? Those are little indications of saying you're not on your right path. You need to pay attention. And many times if you don't get those messages, you'll have a larger accident, many times a car accident. Car accident is one of the largest ones. That or physical, getting extremely sick. So wouldn't it be better to pay attention to those little subtleties coming along than to have the massive knock upside of the head type situation? So the first card that came out to assist right now, because the collective energies, those of you that are empaths and sensitives like myself, the major energy that I have been experiencing and feeling this month is fear, a lot of deep, deep emotions. Depression, suicide. Suicide energy has been intense. The waking up from the suppression energy. So what's going on in our collective? All these people are speaking out. I've spoken out. The Me Too hashtag and all the stuff about the sexual harassment and rape and many other things in the collective consciousness. Those layers of suppression that have been trying to keep that down. No tell, have exploded. And once you open those things, you can't, forces can try to close them. Try to close them, and they'll just keep, they're going to, and then it explodes again. So you're going to see waves of people speaking out and sharing their truths and their stories. And then it'll be kind of quiet, and then another big explosion. So that is, as that spills out, people are feeling it. And you may be like happy-go-lucky, then all of a sudden you're just like, you want to rip someone's head off, and you're like, whoa, where did that come from? you're picking up other people's energy. So you got to think when that stuff gets released, they release a lot of anger, sadness, depression, maybe feelings of suicide. And one thing it mirrored within me, because when I spoke my Me Too about sexual harassment and rape, it unleashed a fury of emotions for me, from having to hold it in and keep it secret. There was a lot of emotions there was anger, and there was deep sadness, because not only was I victimized, the person who did those things to me, there's multiple, they're victims themselves. Somewhere along the way, they have been victimized. And I know a lot of people are like, no, you shouldn't, people who do things should not be, loved and taken care of. They are acting out because they need as much love as you do. And you triggered them. You triggered their emotions, and they reacted and acted out the one thing that they couldn't deal with in their own life. And a lot of times when men choose to sexually assault, harass, or rape women, it's those deep suppressed energies of needing and desiring love and nurturing that maybe they never received as a child or not receiving as an adult. And that will explode when they've taken all they can take anymore. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying or defending or saying what they did is wrong. Right or wrong. It is what it is. And it's time that we all band together and help the wounded. We're all wounded, even if you don't think you're wounded. There is something within you that started in your childhood or in a previous life that's causing you to create certain patterns and behaviors in your adult present life. So those will go into each week. So the first card, once again, let me say one last thing. I want to say I am honored at all the women and men who have stepped up and have shared their truths of their Me Too's. Much love to you all. I know it's scary to speak out. It was for me, because I was scared of how I would be judged or ridiculed, and that paralyzes people. And so if you've never had a Me Too, try your best not to judge those who have and think that they're any less than. We're all just working through our stuff in this lifetime. And the more that we can love one another, the more it's going to help these type situations to end. So that's my little blessings to everyone who has come forward. So our first card that wants to come out and work with us today is the 5th chakra, Archangel Gabriel. So as you can see, there's a little light there. He is your throat chakra. He is the 6th chakra. So this right here. So that's something I'm working with. And so when you have an imbalance in your throat chakra, you can get that dry, scratchy, like I'm getting now, or you feel like you've got that lump in your throat, like you're trying to swallow, and you're just like, God, like sometimes if you're taking medication or a supplement, you swallow it, and you're like, did it get stuck in my throat type feeling? You can have ear pain, ear infections, jaw, anything related to the jawbone, sinuses, teeth, mouth, tongue, thyroid, your carotid, anything that's in this region is all within the throat chakra. And what is it about? Speaking, communication, sharing your light and your truth with the world. And so many times when there are forces that are wanting to keep us quiet and mute, you'll tend to have issues there. And that's been me, because I've had some stories I need to tell. Some I've told, and more they're going to be told. And the more I hold them in, the more my throat chakra is out of balance. So think about that in your life. Are you holding in things that need to be spoken? Excuse me, either good or bad? Think about that. Is there something that you've really either to tell to yourself, tell to a parent, to a loved one, a sibling, co-worker? Who is it? Think about that. And how long have you been holding on to that? And if it's been something you've been holding on to your entire life, by now it's caused some physical issues. And one of the issues that I created was a thyroid issue. And that I created when I was 17. And I was going through a lot that I was told to be quiet. So think about that in your life. Where are you not communicating your truth? Sharing what you're passionate about, or what is your purpose? And begin to find ways, because now is the time to not hold on to this stuff anymore, to allow the stories, the truth to be told, but do it in the most compassionate way, without bringing down or tearing down another, but yet supporting them. I'm not saying that you're justifying what someone might have done to you. It's don't beat them down and belittle them and make them less than, because they're just as much as needing love as you are. So the more that you find that you can share your truth and speak and communicate what you need and what your desires are, the less you're going to become resentful and angry and what's some other words? Agitated. Because a lot of times when we don't, like, say you're in a relationship and you don't like maybe what your partner or your husband or girlfriend or wife, sorry, kitty cat's coming to visit, is doing, you start to build this layers of resentment, and you just like, you're too scared to say what you really need, or do you desire. And so whenever you get into a situation and they're not doing that, you're like, "Ugh." You know, you're growling underneath your breath, and it pisses you off if they're doing it, but they're over here not knowing what's going on. If you speak to them what you need, then it may be like, you know, why didn't you tell me long before? You know, and they may not even be upset. See, the thing is, our egos keep us in this wanting us to stay comfortable, not to step out of the comfort zone. So our minds start ruminating, you know, all the 1,000 of different possibilities, would haves, could haves, might have, might will, you know, all these different scenarios of when we're thinking of what we need to communicate. What if they get mad? Or what if they unfriend me? Or what if they break up with me? Or what if they divorce me? Or if I lose my job? Or all these different things that will keep you in your comfort zone of staying mum, not communicating what you need to. And what you might find, if you just communicate it, it may bring you everything you've been wanting and desiring, but the point is no one's going to know that till you speak it. So part of the assistance that's come out for things that you need to surrender is surrender your need to always be right. And it says, give others the gift of letting them be right. Be yielding, not rigid. This will help resolve conflicts and improve your relationships. So think of that when I was just saying you need to communicate to others whatever your needs and desires are. But sometimes if it's you have this little bit of vendetta behind it, or a little bit of hoping that they get hurt or something bad happen because you think your way is the only right way, that's where you're holding on. You're resisting the truth and allowing in new things to come in. So you're just hell-bent on saying, nope, this is the way it's going to be, and I'm not going to change my mind. And when you're like that, that's not always the best, because you are stepping so much into your ego thinking that your way is the only way. And it may not be the only way, and it may not be the most healthy and vibrant way. So if you stay stuck, you know, there's all this stuff back here that wants to come in that could give you what you want, but you're like, no, I'm not moving. So it just keeps hitting, meeting resistance. And it starts to create physical issues and emotional stuff, instead of you be like, okay, I'm going to let some opening in my rigidity. You know, stuff might start to flow through, but not all of it, except when you finally can say, all right, I need this to feel happy, or I need this to feel fulfilled or loved. then when you can let down that barrier, then think of all the stuff that can flow into your life. So, and when you finally can let down those barriers of wanting to always be right, things really start to flow. So the next one is surrender to your intuition. Tune into your inner voice. To listen, be aware of any gut feelings, flashes, knowings, or aha moments that come through to guide you. So many times when we don't speak, you hear that little voice inside, like chattering away. And many times we just, push it aside or put the plug in it and tell it to be quiet. And that is your little alert system saying, hey, hello, something's not right. Listen to me. And many times most people just ignore it. And it's time for you to start to listen now. Because the more you can listen and follow those intuitions and those gut things, it's going to help you with communicating more and more. So the energies from Kuan Yin, she says, grace within reach. It's okay to feel like a mess right now, to feel like you need help, and to want to resolve whatever has troubled your heart or mind. My grace is within reach. As you ask for my help, I shall lift you into safety and peace now. So ask for help. If you get into a place where you just can't get past that wanting to be right, become too scared to speak, find someone you trust that you can confide in and maybe say, can I share some things with you? That maybe not be directed at that person. I just need to talk. And can you honor me with your presence? And if they truly love you and are open to that, they'll just sit and allow you to communicate. And maybe say nothing, just to let you get it out. Because sometimes that cathartic energy of just letting it out may be all you ever need. So I'm sensing a lot of you just need someone that you can confide in. And if it means you need to find you a counselor that you pay to go see, go do it. Because more and more is going to be released into the collective consciousness right now. And a lot of people are going to be facing some depression and some suicidal tendencies, especially during the holidays. The holidays are, for a lot of people, very stressful, emotional. There's a lot of people that dread it because they don't want to go home. Many times if maybe they don't feel like they have lived up or fulfilled what their families think is best for them, or they're embarrassed to go back to their childhood homes and run into people and feel like, you're not as successful as everyone else, or, you're unemployed, you don't have kids, you don't have somewhere to live, you're living with your mom and dad, whatever it is. And so people tend to put on these fake masks to hide their truths instead of communicating them and just be like, it is what it is. Many times people go, the holidays, they drink and they get intoxicated and drug themselves to be able to tolerate being around others. And not that that's good or bad, right or wrong. It's time that we quit hiding behind veils and masks and just allow ourselves to be vulnerable and allow others to see us for who we truly are, and allow others to love us and us to receive in what we really need that will help quiet and calm down those, deep underlying emotions that are creating these fears. So, the more you can speak your truth and communicate that to others, the better and quicker things, the better you're going to feel and the quicker things are going to move about. So I need to get a drink of water here. Alrighty. And the other grouping of cards that came out is the card was the garden and the gate. So if you see this girl, everything seems very beautiful and calm. It's kind of hard to see. So, one thing you will see, there is a gate. It's closed. And the little girl, she has a key on her, I like to say it, on her throat chakra. And this key will unlock this gate. And what I was seeing is when this came out, it came back to our throat chakra, Archangel Gabriel. When you can speak your truth and reveal more of what you've kept locked away, you're going to use this key and it's going to open that gate. And it's going to open you to a new world of possibilities that have not been readily available to you because you've wanted to stay in your comfort zone. You have wanted to play it small and not allow your true light and your essence and your truth to come through for fear of what others might say or think. So you're keeping yourself in this beautiful little garden. Not that the garden's not bad, but do you want to stay in mediocre and just never move forward? Or do you want to use that key and unlock the gate, speak your truths, and allow all the unknown possibilities to come into your life? Do you? It's your choice. It's your choice no matter what. And don't allow others to push you into it. If the garden feels good to you, fine, stay in your comfort zone. But one day you may think back and be like, gosh, I wish I had used that key and opened those gates and explored what was beyond my comfort zone. But that's your choice. And the more that we can step out and tip our toes into those unknown, uncharted waters, oh my God, the amazing things that can come about. And it may go back to you feeling that chaos and those fears, almost like a tornado is coming through, creating chaos. The thing is, the Scorpio energies that we're coming out of right now is that death and rebirth. So it has brought those tornadoes through to create that destruction, to suck up all the things that weren't working for you anymore. It can be those old emotions. It can be those old regrets, those old fears, mistakes, traumas, anything that is weighing you down. You can just toss it into that cyclone, the tornado, and allow it to suck it up and obliterate it. Wouldn't that be fantastic to just let go of the fear and allow new possibilities to come about? So things that need to be surrendered. The first one is surrender to passion. And passion doesn't have to be like sexual passion between a mate. It could be those passions, things that bring you alive. What do you enjoy doing? What do you do that brings you joy? My joy is I love helping others. And I love helping people to awaken the magnificence that's within them. Help them to remember why they're here. And many times it comes through traumatic, painful, abusive situations, because they're mirroring to me and showing me their deep inner pain that they can't express. And that's very typical with someone with my energies. I'm a catalyst. So I tend to trigger in you the deepest fears of what you're clutching onto, not wanting to let go. So normally when it gets spat back at me, I get abused, I've been raped, I've been neglected, I've had, lost everything, had people trash talk me because they were so scared of me revealing their utmost fear. Do you want to stay in that place of being so paralyzed by fear? Or do you want to ignite your passion and truly step into your light and let the world know what you're here to do and how you can help? And it may be simple. It just may be you have a beautiful voice. You want to sing. Go sing. If you don't have a place, make videos. Post on YouTube. Look at the people that make, get so many followers. You like to write poetry. Get it out there. Post it. You want to write books. Write books. You want to paint. You want to teach, whatever it is. Don't allow yourself to just stay in the comfort zones of this beautiful garden, when out here in the galaxy behind me are your infinite possibilities of what you can create for yourself. So the other surrender card is surrender your fear of intimacy. You're ready to let love in. Compassionately identify and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart. Hold on. And intimacy is not just about romantic love. And intimacy speaks on vulnerability. So when I spoke of, the things that have happened in my life and my Me Too, that was very vulnerable for me. No one wants to tell others that, I've been sexually violated. I've been raped. Do you want to say that? Most people know. I spoke out and surrendered my fear of intimacy and passion to help others. And that may be, I'm a catalyst. So my sharing of my truth and my story empowered another person and another person and another person. Maybe not to share their Me Too, but to share something that they've been holding on to. I had endless people message me and say, thank you so much for speaking out and sharing your story. And, they said, you won't realize how much it empowered me to be able to speak something to someone else that they've been holding on to. And I get emotional thinking about it because that's the purpose. I want to empower others and to be vulnerable and allow yourself to receive love in return and assistance, because the thing is, you'll magnetize what you desperately need if you just allow yourself to be in that place of vulnerability and share those truths and allow that give and take of what the universe has for you. So the Kuan Yin message is play to create. Do you dream of more happiness, well-being, love? That is a high-frequency dream. High-frequency dreams become reality when we align ourselves with a matching frequency. There is a way to raise frequency to become more, magnetic to opportunities, to the right people, solutions, and helpful guidance. To bring your dreams to life, for now, let go of the struggle and embrace the way of play. So I love how it says, where is it? Become more magnetic to opportunity. So what was I talking about with this whole grouping of cards? And it's saying, to bring in the right people, solutions, and helpful guidance to help you get your dreams. So the more you can allow, it goes back over here, when I was saying about allowing, the new things that come through your layers of resistance, and be willing to unlock these gates and begin to walk through. Even if you just take one step in can be extremely powerful. And it may be you're going to need to take those baby steps into the unknown. And you may need to retreat back. That's okay. Don't beat yourself up about it. But the more you can keep going outside these gates into the unknown, you're going to realize your life is going to transform. And that's part of what I'm here to help people do, is create that transformation in their lives. I'm going to be sharing my story very soon, and it's going to show the layers of transformation that people go through. And they're maybe not always be very pretty or very pleasant or loving or compassionate. But those are the layers you got to burn through to ultimately get you to where you're meant to be. And I have a powerful story to share, and I'm ready to help you all transform your lives as well and work through to ultimately get to where you're meant to be. So in the weeks to come, hold on, I'll get back to that in a second. There's one last messenger that wanted to come through to you, and I did not look him up. We're going to read him. I don't know if I'm saying this right. It's Seraphis Bay or B. It says it's about ascension. It says, move into your true self. Rise above the darkness. The light is here. So let me look him up. Alrighty. So it says, he is the light keeper in charge of ascension. He once served as a priest in Luxor, Egypt, helping those passing on to cross over into the light. Now he's a presence we can call on in order to ascend. Ascension means rising up. It reminds us of the story of Christ being resurrected after death. This means that Seraphis Bay can guide us from the lowest states of being back into the light. His energy is almost like that of a phoenix, giving us the support to move out of our own hell or darkness into a space that supports our growth. That's perfect when you think about so many right now are in that state of depression or feeling suicidal. And if you call upon this keeper of light and ask them to help pull you out of it, they will assist you. So his message to you is, sorry, let me admit, my kitty cat is wanting to assist. She is the tigress, the destroyer of pain and suffering. She's been present with us today. So the stars cannot shine without darkness. You may have experienced a low state of being, trauma or depression, but this is a new beginning. Become aware of growth. There's always room for improvement. There's also a sense of presentation now. You may be receiving documentation or certification to acknowledge your growth or experience. It's important to cherish this time and to realize that without the challenges or obstacles you have faced, you wouldn't be strong, powerful, or focused as you are today. You are ascending personally and spiritually at this time, and the universe is here to support you. So that's a perfect messenger of light to assist you right now and allow you to know that you are supported, you are loved, and the universe has your back. So know that deep within yourself, and it's okay when you have those really dark days. You're going to have them. And you're going to think of ways that that you just feel like everything's crumbling in on you. But the more you can focus on all the positives of what you have overcome, it helps you to rise up out of those ashes and put yourself back out there once more. And it sheds those layers. And I'll be the first to tell you, it's not easy. But you've got it. You've got the strength and you've got the fortitude and the power to do it. If I can do it, you can do it. And I can be your guide. I can be here to help hold your hand and guide you through it. You just have to call upon me and ask. And so, to reveal what I have in store. So, over the next 7 weeks, I am going to be doing a weekly reading. And it will be of the collective consciousness energies, what is needed to assist. And there will be, like I said in the beginning, there's a code word. And I have shown you it and spoken it many times throughout today's message. I will not tell you, and you're not to post it in the comments. So the point is, after the 7 weeks, you are to collect all those words. That means you have to sit through and listen to the readings and see where I reveal to you. And when the 7 weeks is over, I will have everybody that wants to participate. You will send me what you think are the 7 code words. And you will be entered for a chance to win a few different things from me. There's going to be a selection of reading, possibly jewelry, Even you can get a print of the painting or the pendant. My jewelry is my custom handmade healing necklaces, and there's other sessions. So depending on how many people participate will be how many prizes that I'll be giving away. So every year, at the end of the year, during the Thanksgiving, Christmas season, I like to give back and give my thanks. And I give from my heart and give to help others, empower others. So this is how I give back to others. Through the art of giving and allowing people to receive when they're ready. So I look forward to having you all join me for the next 7 weeks. And those of you who sign up to receive my VIP weekly update, you will receive the weekly discounts, which are going to change each week and are only valid those 7 days, on discount savings on all my different services, the jewelry, and more things to come. And also there's a special bonus within each weekly update. So I look forward to you all signing up. You'll see the link in the message here today. And also, if in any way I have been of assistance to you, I have provided insights or guidance that has helped you in your life, give in kind. I do these things free. I don't get paid to come online and do readings or to post my things I do on Facebook. I do those from my heart. But for me to be able to continue doing that and actually be able to support myself and pay my bills, it's awesome once people can give in kind. So if you feel led to make a donation, the link is also there as well. So I thank you so much for showing up this week. And I look forward to connecting with you next week. So until then, those of you in the U.S., have a happy Thanksgiving. Be safe, be happy, be merry. I wish you well, and I bless you all with love. Take care till next time. Bye-bye.